I'm very pleased, Mr. Speaker, that my bill, H.R. 4930, which I'm calling the Counterfeit Notification Act, has been slated for floor consideration today. I introduced this bill with my colleague, Mr. Brad Schneider of Illinois, to target the influx of counterfeit goods entering the United States and to equip our Customs and Border Patrol officers to share real-time information with businesses, e-commerce platforms, and logistics companies. To put things into perspective, in fiscal year 2023, Customs and Border seized more than $2.7 billion worth of counterfeit goods at the U.S. border, and more than 46% of seizures originated from China and Hong Kong. This poses serious national security threats and risks to citizens due to products of poor quality, hazardous material, or unknown production conditions, such as, of course, forced labor. My bill addresses a key gap in CBP's ability to spot and halt the flow of counterfeit goods into the U.S. under current law. When CBP suspects a shipment may be counterfeit, they are only allowed to publicize limited information. They are unable to share labels, invoices, or packing slips that identify the products of the country of origin with key stakeholders. This leaves the business community, e-commerce platforms like Etsy and Amazon, and logistics carriers like DHL, UPS, FedEx. It leaves them in the dark when counterfeit activity is happening right under their nose. To solve the issue, the Counterfeit Notification Act gives CBP explicit authority to share relevant information with companies, carriers, and platforms when they receive potentially counterfeit shipment. This will include shipping labels and tracking numbers, invoices and shipping manifests, outer packaging images, or sender and recipient addresses. The bill also broadens the range of parties with whom CBP can share information, such as e-commerce sites from which the products in question may be sold. This means that CBP will be able to recognize and flag patterns of behavior like repeat senders of mass shipments, drop addresses used by organized counterfeiters, or common entry points or air routes for suspected counterfeit goods. For example, if a counterfeit shipment from China repeatedly enters the U.S. via the Port of Los Angeles using the same fake return address, CBP will be able to share these patterns with carriers like UPS, DHL, and FedEx so they can intercept future parcels before they arrive on American soil. This is a common-sense bill that will strengthen U.S. national security, kneecap bad actors, and protect the IP of American companies, and I appreciate the support of my colleagues on this. Our intellectual property rights have secured over 2 centuries worth of American leadership in innovation. They form the foundation upon which opportunity for entrepreneurship is built and which makes our economy the envy of the world. My legislation, along with Mr. Schneider from Illinois, this legislation addresses a current weakness in our IP protections by ensuring those at CBP who are on the front lines of defending our national interests are better aligned with the businesses and workers that define our economic might. I encourage all of our colleagues to support this legislation, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman yields. The question is, will the House suspend the rules and pass the bill, H.R. 4930, as amended? Those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no. In the opinion of the chair, 2/3 being in the affirmative, the rules are suspended, the bill is passed, and without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.